All right, let's get to our second clip here. This is I think a great clip. This is a recent clip of you playing against Brooklyn. You're in the post here with Kevin Durant. You knock him down. You say something to him as you're walking away, and eventually you guys are in each other's faces, just talking trash to each other. And there is a little bit of history to this as well, because he had waved you off the court earlier in the season. Then you waved him off the court when you beat them in the next game. You're clearly a sicko who holds on to everything.
Yeah.
In that particular moment, what was the thing you said to him when he was on the ground that got him going?
I add to that, just like you said, I don't forget anything. I still remember Giannis sitting on our court a couple years ago, so got to get them back for it in the playoffs. But going back to this clip, obviously the history of, he weighed me the first game that beat us in Brooklyn, and, the second game, I had to. Like, we beat them, so I had to, tell him to get off his court, his home court. So, but in this clip, we talk about flopping. Like, I felt like this is a flop. Like, if you're a man enough, if you get hit, don't flop, stay up. So I don't really want to talk about what was said, but it was something like, I'm still here. And then I'm like, well, if you stay here, then why would you flop? Like, it doesn't make sense. But I love KD. I mentioned it so many times. I think I can do everything on the basketball court. And if there's someone else, especially when you consider size and stuff, and if there's someone else that can do the same stuff and better, that's probably one guy that I would think about.
Yeah.
Because, he's just so freaking talented and so good, whether it's scoring the ball or whatever he's able to do on the basketball court. So I have a lot of respect for him, but I love playing with him. He's always talking trash for no reason. Sometimes, he make a bucket and he's talking trash. That's just the way he plays. I love his intensity, and knowing me, I kind of play the same way, and I love talking trash, and I love everybody. I love letting them know that I'm here, I'm dominating you, and that's just the way it is.
Back and forth, they're going back and forth. We've seen this before in the previous match.
The reason I brought this clip up, one, it's super interesting. You have two of the, two or three best players in the world going at it toe to toe. It's awesome.
Wait, two of the three?
Two or three of the best, two of the three best players. That's why I said two of the three.
Who's the third? Wait, so if you say two of the three, so that means I'm either 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah,
and that means me and KD, we only 2 and 3. So who's the number 1?
Oh, no. Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm saying I'm not going to make an argument about who the three best players in the world are.
I just want to know who's up there.
Other people make that argument. I'm just saying, in my eyes, you're one of the three best players in the world. Okay, and so is Kevin. That was my point. I'm not going to get into 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. It's not.
I just want to know who's the third.
Jokic.
Oh, okay.
Jokic.
Where's Giannis?
He's in the next group. I mean, but it's so hard. There's too many good players now. There's too many good players, Joe.
Oh, that's a Finals MVP.
That's too many good players.
2 times MVP, Finals MVP.
Back in ESPN
That's crazy.
We'll get to this later in the conversation. The reason I highlighted this is Joe.
Just turned that on you.
Wow.
I think we got the new host of the show.
This is what I'm talking about, though. This perfectly highlights you are a troll asshole. This is the highlight of that.
JJ's shook on his own show.
I'm not shook. He just proved my point.
No,
I was going to get to this.
But it doesn't make sense. He could have easily said, 2 best players in the league. Or, 2 of the best players in the league. But he said 2 of the 3. And I wanted to know the third.
That makes a fair point.
It's interesting, Joel, because now that I have this day job where I go on ESPN, we get into these debates all the time. MVP, Rookie of the Year. Last week was Rookie of the Year. MVP is
By the way, who's your MVP?
We'll get to that in a second.
Oh,
it's the fourth segment of the show. Just relax, guy. Relax. Okay, we'll get to that. But my point is like there's always like a demarcation line. Like you're always going to leave somebody out.
Yeah, for sure.
And when I talk about a team, it's like, who are your contenders in the East? Well, here's the 3 teams that I think can actually win it. Well, what about? And you're like, okay, they're 4th. Fuck, they could be 4th. And then it's like in the MVP conversation, people are like, well, what about so-and-so? Can he be in the conversation?
Yeah.
Sure. How many players do you want in the conversation? There's 3 players that should win MVP this year, right? There's 3. Everybody brings up Ja. Great. He can be in the next group of guys. He can be part of the conversation. DeMar can be part of the conversation. Book can be part of the conversation. They all can. But there's got to be a demarcation line.
Yeah, and there's
Not me shitting on Giannis because I said he's maybe the 4th best player in the world.
And there's always that recency bias.
Yes.
Where like someone has a good game and everybody just goes crazy and all that stuff.
No, we were beholden to this now because ESPN is 24/7, Twitter, Instagram is 24/7. So it's everybody is a prisoner of the moment right now. I try my best to be big picture. When we first had you on the show, this is way back when we were, I think, maybe my first year or second year as teammates. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
This is way back when. A lot of what we talked about was you as the troll, and this was specifically on social media. And there's an element to it, of course, with you on the court. Am I accurate to say, though, that you have grown in that regard, specifically on the court? Like I watch you play now, your demeanor, your emotions, your body language, like it's all so constant. This is an example of you sort of going out of that constant.
Yeah, for sure. I've changed a lot over the years. In the past, as you know, I used to be all over the place, whether it's talking trash and cussing people out and there's only a few guys that can really bring it out of me, and he's one of them because he's just talking nonstop. He really doesn't stop, and I love that about him. I love that energy, and he's competitive. He knows how good he is. He knows literally no one can stop him, and he just uses that to his advantage. But in the past, I think what changed a lot is also being a dad. Being a dad, wanting to set, good example. That's why I stopped cussing and all that stuff, just because I'm like, I don't want my kid to cuss. I don't want him to, come home and, start talking crazy. Like, that's just not the way I want to raise my family. So that had to change.